Get out of here. You want to bomb my pot? You're always on your phone. We kid of nowadays. You hardly talk to me. Internet. Internet is the cause. What's wrong with you? You know what? I know what to do. I'm going to cut off your data.
No, Mom, please.
Get out of here. Nonsense. Stupid girl.
Dubai, yes.
That's what everyone just likes going to Dubai. Like, I mean,
It's a nice place.
Two-Face,
nice, Emma and Dubai.
Nice place.
but Dubai is such a nice place. Like, the whole country is just. It's a seizure. Put something in his mouth. Put something in his mouth.
Why?
Yes, I saw it on the internet. Just do it. Just do it. Okay, check his breathing. Check if you can.
Isaac, talk to me.
He's breathing. Pause.
What am I gonna do?
I could get something, but I'm not sure. It's shit.
Okay, last thing, support his head. Put a pillow under, support his head. So that.
Just calm down.
Well, it's working.
Let's call it mom. She knows what to do. How do I get it?
Yes, WhatsApp, come on, please. WhatsApp,
Yeah,
come on.
what's up? Hello?
Humility is the root of the dignity in the booth. I be spitting out just the truth, bringing out more pain than a toothache. Cause there is so much at stake. I boycott Kit Kat, take no breaks. I love dessert, I always want the cake. Always want the cake. Like and subscribe and share as well.
Hey everyone, welcome back to LG Hangout, and today's topic is about technology, its impact on our generation. Has it done more good or harm?
Okay, so technology for me, I would say it's a win-win. Of course, like everything else on this earth, there are disadvantages. There's bad sides, there's bad aspects. But we can't sit here and say that the bad sides overweigh the good aspects. I'm going to talk about like social media, for instance, because I feel like that's like a part that like majorly affects most of us here. Like it's a part that we are all like affected by. So people are using social media for exploits. People are like selling themselves. People are selling their talents. People are doing great things with social media. So someone else is going to sit somewhere and be like, oh, because of social media trolls, or because of maybe I see this girl on social media and she's wearing makeup with the goods, nice hair, you know, all these social media models, Instagram models and everything. You look at them and you compare them to yourself, and you be like, oh, like why? When is this ever going to happen to me? Like, or if you feel like, oh, you're shitty just because you see somebody that's like making it, or someone that's doing better than yourself. We can't sit here and say that just because of that, like.
So why are you saying it's good or it's bad?
I'm saying that if you don't have a good self or high self-esteem from home, I don't know how social media is going to help that. If you have a low self-esteem, social media is going to make it even like worse. It's going to make you feel shitty and make you feel so terrible about yourself. So like anything else, it starts from like home, like from whatever you were before social media. If you don't have a high self-esteem, I don't see how social media is going to help you with that.
How many people think that way?
Because the way I see it, social media, it's controlling us.
Definitely.
It controls everything.
It's controlling
People who
us.
don't have self-esteem use social media to boost it.
Yeah, it's good for you.
And because of that, they're living a fake life.
No, Chris, why is it that some people use social media to feel good about themselves or to their advantage, should I say?
Tell me about
other people are just, it makes other people feel like, oh.
First of all, like when somebody likes your picture or something, you feel good about yourself. Fine and good.
Okay.
But it is not the rest of the world's responsibility to make you feel good about yourself.
Yes.
If you have self-esteem issues, deal with it at home. Honestly, if you think about it, like most of the things you see on social media is makeup. You do your makeup, slap it up, it's fake. It's fake, and if you understand that, if you treat social media how it's supposed to be treated, entertain, oh, that's nice. Move on with your life. I know what is important.
Those of you who are being followed by 1,000 people, 2,000, 3,000, what the fuck? Why is it that when you look good, you believe you look good? You're on flick. And then you put a picture and you get less than 100. Why do you feel bad?
Exactly.
Does that have to do with maturity or what? Huh?
That's just human nature. It's human nature.
My mom on Instagram, she has like so many followers and followers count. But she puts up a picture and not to 40 likes. It doesn't stop her. She puts like 10 pictures a day, 20 pictures a day. It does not even get to her at all.
It's not everyone.
Thank you. If you can't handle it, don't do it.
Yes. Social media, mainstream media, all these things are not there to be your friend.
Thank you.
It's on purpose that they make you feel better about yourself. It's on purpose that they show you unattainable, stuff like it was created to give you a low self-esteem, so that you buy the products that you see, so that you want to change yourself and become.
You feel like without it, you won't.
It's there to make you feel bad. Yeah. And for what Chris was saying, that you use social media to boost your self-esteem. That is not a good thing.
That is not a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
Social media was created to decrease your self-esteem. Right?
It's doing that now.
It's doing that.
It's doing that now.
It's doing that.
Maybe let me tell you something. Okay. The thing is, there's nothing that was ever created in the world that has not been abused. Anything that has name one thing that was created and wasn't abused. That's how it starts. So the fact that whenever rain falls, you get mud doesn't mean you won't pray for rain. You need your crops to grow.
Yeah.
And whether you choose to like it or not, the world is moving. The world is moving. The things that our parents experience is not what their grandparents experienced. When I was growing up, we were playing Sega. Now we're playing PS4 and Xbox and even virtual reality games. So what I'm saying that limiting technology to just social media is one aspect. And I really want to hit on that social media that think of how many people are making money online with social media. The way the world is coming is, listen, employment has become an increasing problem in our society. And with social media, a lot of youth have been gainfully employed in different fields. Look at Mark Zuckerberg. Look at Bill Gates. What are they using? It's technology. So my brother, stop rubbing your beard. Sit down and think of what you can do with this modern age instead of dragging us back to Stone Age.
Okay, fine. You are mentioning making money or employment. Do you know how many people are using that as scam? Social media. Do you know the growth rate?
And there has never been a time in history that there was no crime. There has never been in history. There is at every stage there's a different level of crime. There's an equal and opposite level of crime at every stage. If Jesus Christ was sold for 12 pieces of silver.
If technology
if Jesus kind of what I've just typed in this, he's at this place, so come and collect him.
Fine.
What I mean is that it's different time, different crime.
Okay. Fine. If technology is everything you believe it is, why is this growing rate of crime and scam not being controlled? Why is it?
Why is it not being
controlled? Yes.
And who are you to say?
No, hold on.
It's in a growing state.
Hold on, Chris.
It's in a growing state.
The more people are learning to steal, they are also learning to steal better. But you're saying technology, yes, it's crazy. People are using it for good, and as just as rightly pointed out, human beings, it is in our nature to see something good and instantly think of the wrongest way to use it. It is our innate nature. So like for the fact that
Some human
somebody
beings-
wait now, somebody has this software someone use to entertain themselves or learn or use as a means of advertisement or something and say let's use it for scam and whatnot. Fine, no problem. But just as I've rightly pointed out, they are not being caught because they're also getting better. So if you remove the technology, how do you tend to catch them? I don't think if the thing is so bad, as you're getting better at stealing, they are getting better at catching you. May not be at the same rate, but they are getting better, trust me. There was this show I used to watch here, and in one of the episodes, somebody killed somebody using like some computer internet, something that they put in the guy's room shot. From another place, they activated the nigga was dead by the money. It was still the same technology they used to catch them.
Yo,
This
man,
way.
I feel you guys. I get what you're talking about, social media crime. But you see, we're talking about technology, my G's. You gotta go wide. Let me give you a simple example. In fact, the major one. You know, the production of most of these technological devices, gadgets, it requires CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, carbon dioxide. Do you know what this does? Greenhouse effect.
Global warming, yeah, we know.
I mean, where we are now, it's relatively safe in the environment. But as we keep going, it's gonna get worse because of the technology that we are constantly innovating and creating. What I'm saying is, why don't we take a step back, relax,
Slow it down.
because no matter, I get your point. I'm not ignorant to the fact that technology has helped employment. You said it. Education, you said it. People are studying from
disagree with
Africa
employment.
with Harvard online
Courses,
programs.
yeah.
This is done through technology. But look at the other side.
Sorry, I have a
Mass
question.
murders, Manchester bombing, Salman Abedi. He created a bomb, pipe bomb with technology.
On the internet, he
On-
gets the information.
My brother, in 1914
information.
till 1918, July 28th,
World
War
World War
One.
You know what is called the Spanish flu genome virus? This was one of the main things used to kill a lot of people. Do you know what? You can download it off the internet now.
Yes.
Download.
But Isaac,
With the right skills, and let me finish please. The right skills, technology, you can easily commit serious crime and murder with the help of technology. So what I'm saying is, it has done so much good, but at this level, if you see the bad, is it worth it?
Yeah,
Suicide.
exactly.
The amount of
Topic is a very dicey one. It's interesting because whether we choose to like it or not, technology has come and it has come to stay. Technology is among us. We live technology. So the sooner we get to acquaint ourselves and stop complaining of how life was before and start adapting and trying and thinking of ways in how to move forward, the better for everyone.
Okay, I believe in creation, yeah, I'm Christian, was created with a brain. Some people, yes, they say can use more of their brain than others. We agree, no problem. So it is your choice to decide to give back to the society. Something good or bad. Hold on, I'm coming. Something good or bad. Okay, we're all medical students here. One day in my physiology class, I was sitting down and I just marveled at the fact that the more we advance in medicine, the easier it is to kill someone. I don't even have to hold a gun to kill you right now.
Yeah.
But I have decided not to kill you. I have decided to study what is killing you and make it better. That is my contribution. It is my personal business. I want to be good. Somebody else who is probably 10 times smarter than me had decided no. Everybody, human race is bad. Let me kill everybody. That is your problem. This so-called technology you are crying about, you are screaming about. Like, it's not going to stand up. A gun is not going to stand up and shoot you.
so everybody's going on and on and on about the harm of technology and blah 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 and stuff like that. But one thing everybody's failing to realize is that we're the ones creating this thing. And okay, yes, we're creating stuff for good, but we're also, as we normally do, we're also abusing the things. So if we decide to stop abusing them, nobody's going to abuse it. It's not going to get abused. If we decide to stop killing people, nobody's going to the gun is not going to stand up and shoot everybody in a school or something. Or the nuclear bomb is not going to get from wherever it was stored to some concert and detonate. Like, people are not reasoning that we're the ones doing these things to ourselves. And until we realize that we're the cause of our own problem, the technology we're creating is just an expression of how gifted we are. And God created us to be gifted. We can't help it. So until we realize that we're also the ones killing ourselves, then the problem with technology is not going to go away. It has done a lot of good, I will not lie. I can't also deny the fact that it has been quite dangerous. But the danger is not the technology, the danger is us. And most people are failing to realize that.
We're talking about chlorofluorocarbons and plenty. How paper is made from trees, right?
Yes.
And we need trees. And you know there are movements that say we should stop using trees. If you stop using trees, how then do you want to write your assignment?
My point in saying we should take a step back from the advancement of technology literally means instead of the annual advancements and developments of current existing devices, let's just calm down. Understand what we're going to and what we're putting ourselves into. The production of all these devices and all, they are causing an effect on the global global system. And then we have global warming. We have death of polar bears because of the heating up of the environment. Beautiful animals are going extinct simply because we want the latest iPhone, simply because the new camera has a very better lens, because of different things. My point is, let's just take a step back, understand what we're doing wrong and how to correct it. This is what I say.
Let me tell you about technology. First of all, anyone who on that level, like that really high level, who are really influential and everything, who wants to do something that is good for the masses is kind of suppressed. Do you know that?
It's normal to
suppressed. Like, look,
I hope you know that too.
For example, there was a guy who invented a car that runs on water. He was killed because why? Cars that run on water are bad for business for oil companies.
Of course.
And oil companies are the ones that have been running everything for the longest time. So when it comes to using technology for good at a very large scale, it's almost impossible. Because the people who are up there don't care about us who are down here. They don't care.
That's right.
They don't care. This chlorofluorocarbon, it's not going to stop because they don't care
You know,
about us.
The government.
They don't care. They are never going to say, like, this is just a simple example. There is never going to be something that doesn't use oil or whatever, regardless of the consequences of, you know, the pollution and everything. For example, paper. They're never going to stop using paper. But you know, before paper was used, there was this thing called hemp. Hemp is from the cannabis plant. The cannabis is one of the uses of the cannabis plant. All the sails on the ships that the British and everyone were using to travel to colonize all these countries were created with hemp, right? They were created with hemp. And because hemp, it's cannabis, anyone can grow it. It was bad for business. So because it was bad for business, they had to make it illegal so that someone can be in control of like create a corporation that can make something like that they can make money from, regardless of how it's going to affect everyone else.
Let me say this here.
This brings me to my original question.
Yeah.
Who banned it?
Who banned what?
Was he a person that banned it?
It was one person that came up.
This still brings me back to my original point.
So the individual.
The cannabis is not the
But
problem.
the thing is,
The cannabis is not the problem. You still said that nobody up there. You said nobody person again cares about us down here.
It's a group.
No problem. It's still a group of people.
And
Human beings
different
breathing and
companies.
living the way we're living, aren't we? If those people decide to be good, do you understand my point? If those people decide to be good,
What are you saying?
How can Isaac even say that technology has done more harm than good? For heaven's sake, like, we're here in Ukraine, we're studying. That in itself is technology. We're living in houses like this. We have lights, we have water, like so many things like that. Technology is the small things we're refusing to identify, we're refusing to notice. We have cookers to cook food now. We don't have to use firewood and all that, reducing lung cancer by like a large stretch. We have good drinking water. We have electricity to study at night. Things that we didn't have, our parents didn't have, our grandparents didn't have, because the advancement in technology back then was quite low. So how can you sit down, a normal thinking human being who even had the effrontery to tell me that I was saying nonsense? Like, how can you not even reason? You have a house you go home to, like somewhere you can call home. You go home, lie down, sleep very comfortably in a very nice bed, not on bamboo, not on the ground, not outside in this scorching heat. And you sit down there to tell me that technology has done more harm than good. Like, I can't possibly see where you're coming from.
Now you've said it. Man's way, monopoly evil. You know this.
Yes.
So with the way technology is going, What do you think this man that you've described is
Like
going to use
what?
it to do?
Exactly.
Let me tell you something. Do you know what?
For what
laser
reason?
enrichment of uranium.
Sorry?
Laser enrichment of uranium. Back then, this is what we used to create nuclear bombs. Before, it was so difficult to create nuclear bombs. You need uranium hexafluoride.
Yes.
You shoot it with electricity.
Yeah.
With the right environment and right skills, you create a nuclear bomb. It reduced. Now all you need is ultracentrifuge. You spin the uranium around, the isotopes U-235, U-238. When they're imbalanced, you have what? Electric bomb.
Yeah.
Now, it's so simple. You know what I call laser beam? You get the right laser beam with the right intensity, imbalance the two isotopes, and you have nuclear bomb.
Thank you.
If one person can get this laser beam, bro, do you know what a nuclear bomb can do?
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a medical student.
Yes.
You are talking about nuclear bomb and laser beam and shit. Yes. Thank you. Do you know how many lives have been saved with laser?
I agree.
Every time there's a crime, if you look back at things, there were different kinds of atrocities that were committed before. You have different kind of diseases prevailing at a certain time. The diseases that time in the past, I don't think we had some, or they were reoccurring, but because of lack of technological advancement, they killed people instantly and immediately. But now, because of technology, some diseases have been conquered, some crimes have been conquered. Now, more crimes will come up. No matter what happens, it is the innate human nature to be selfish and wicked. To remove technology or put technology, that wickedness will still be there. So how we choose to use technology depends on the individual.
I hear you, my nigga, but I have a question for you.
Which question?
This advancement of technology in the medical world, it's good, all right. It's doing a great job. But let me ask you, how many people can afford it now? Oh, this your laser,
Thank you.
laser, one
Thank you.
surgery. How? Only the rich.
Thank you.
Let's come to us. Let's come to us. Let's come to us. There are a lot of diseases now that are coming up due to this technology. Airborne diseases, all these chemicals due to... How many of us can afford this advanced technology treatment that you're talking about?
Thank you.
The advance is
Polio virus. Yes. Why is there a reasonable vaccine for polio virus now? Tell me. Is it by your research?
Obviously.
Fine. Cancer drugs, do you know how much they are? Chemotherapy.
You know, I came across some information that doctors who prescribe chemotherapeutic drugs and chemotherapy to cancer patients actually get a financial cut from the amount from selling that that medicine, and you know, their whole chemo, they get a financial cut from that. So that is also shows that, you know, it's about financial gain. It's not about helping the people. And it's a fact, like, you just need to do the research. Chemotherapy kills more people than it saves. It's not even about me having to elaborate on what that is. Just check out the stats and you know. That's just it.
You know what? No, wait. Let me say something. If you Google right now disadvantages of technology, they're gonna mention the first one: job loss.
Very soon are being replaced.
Very soon, I won't need you to do a lot of things for me. I'll depend on technology.
Thank you.
Creating what?
Hey,
They're making jobs.
You are thinking, I don't know, is this not? Look at, first thing.
Something else. Yes.
Pilots are gone.
A job for 10 people, just one machine can do it.
And that machine was created by a machine.
But, you know, the second one is, like my brother said, weapons, advancement, endless war. It will not end because of advancement of technology.
Please tell me the time in human history that there was no war.
Tosin disagreed with the degradation of our creativity and intelligence. But I'm here thinking, this technology that we depend on a lot, honestly, it's not doing us any good. The kids born in this new century are dependent so much that they don't have any creativity of doing things for themselves. The use of internet, I believe a lot of us, when we're trying to search for information, we find a lot of information on the internet that we don't even know what to choose anymore. It's making us dumber and dumber. I don't know if people would actually sit down one day and realize that we don't always need technology or this advancement of technology. But anyway, if people choose to be dumber, they can go ahead. Some of us who still, you know, old school, as I would say, will keep doing what's right.
When it continuing with what you're saying, we have become dependent on technology. For example, Google. We never want to learn and remember things anymore because we can just get the information.
Access, straight up.
It's affecting our
intelligence,
memory, our ability to remember things. Because now, what we do, we don't remember the thing we're supposed to remember, but we remember where we can search to get the answer for that thing.
You know that.
We only need we need technology to be with us for us to
all
get
the
the answer
time
for that thing.
The
and
dependency is
it's
crazy.
degeneration. It's going backwards because now we're at a point where we don't feel like we need to learn everything because everything is just there available for us. We don't. I don't need to study for the test because I have the pictures on
I
my
have
phone.
a question. If you have a textbook here and like let's say you studied for your test and everything, it's normal to forget it. I'm sure everybody here has said before that it's a normal physiological process to forget. But you're going to remember when you see it in the book, right?
Of course.
Thank you.
Some of us
if
can.
If you see something
I
on
was
the
taught
internet,
like that.
if you see something on the internet, you might not remember the base everything, but you remember at least if one thing. Let's say you went to search for diagnosis of some microbacteria, for example, or for something sharp. You won't remember the diagnosis you went to look for. You might not remember everything about it, but okay, I saw it on so sites, blah 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 blah. Go and check then, you help yourself. The same thing happens with a book. If you read books well enough, I'm a bookworm. If you read books well enough, you can remember the basics of it. Hell, if you love the book, you remember almost everything.
Do you know how
you might not
accessible it is?
remember, okay, it was around this place. Blah blah blah. This happened then. This happened after. And go and check somewhere in between those two pages. You're going to find what you're looking for. I didn't tell you you've never done that before.
I have, but
Then
let me tell you the difference.
No, that's okay. I don't want to know anything. That's my question. Question number 2. Somebody was saying something about life's gained, life's lost, and plenty like that, right? This is my question for you. Let's say you do good. You're a good person. I'm not going to say you. That's an example of a saint here. He used to give out money. Like he used to give out gold, money, everybody. He was rich at that. But like the thing was, and people used to tell him that people were coming to him to take money just because he was going to give them. Not because like they really needed it. And he said if out of 10 people, 1 person actually needs it, I feel good that I helped 1 person. Do you understand? That's but hold on now, that's one thing. That's one. See, I'm so sorry I'm pleading on the side of humanity, but I really feel like we can be saved. And if saving ourselves is going to save us from this technology, no problem. I honestly feel like we have a chance. The moment you give up on humanity, that is when you're so different between you and the so-called machine you're saying that is destroying us. That's what.
So
2.
good.
As soon as I said, I'm not giving up on humanity.
Listen.
No, wait now, let me finish. So if that technology you're crying about can save 1 life, 2 lives, 3 lives, I'm not saying that.
Well, personally, I believe technology is a moving train. Whether you choose to debate on it or not, get on it or get out.
Yeah, I agree with Tosin. The truth is, like, there's no way we can stop innovation and revolution and all this kind of stuff. Technology, God gave us minds, not to just be stagnant and stuff. And yes, we humans, we misuse them and we use them for the wrong things, we use them for the right things and stuff like that. But I believe you have the mind to innovate, so you should also have the mind to know what is best for you. And as much as we have so much evil in the world, we still have good, and maybe good sometimes is not aggressive enough to like cut off the evil and stuff like
So
that.
if
But
the bad outweighs the good, should we keep going
But I'm
in
saying,
that
like,
direction?
No.
They're still good.
But there's still there's still hope that good
There's still good.
can win. Like we all sitting here, I'm sure we all want something good out of technology, like something to make people's life better and stuff like that. And like, okay, for example, cancer. I've heard that there's probably a cure for cancer. Like people have developed cures, but because obviously you have to sell chemo and stuff like that. Yeah, it's business. So people,
To me, stopping the treatment for cancer is not even.
Cancer
Technology is not a technological problem. It is a political problem.
No, it's technology.
It's a political problem.
It's making sense.
Listen. No, because I've heard, I don't know about it. But I believe that even if there's a cure for cancer, which was made possible due to technology, it's not a political problem because these pharmacy people are working hand in hand with politics.
Yes.
Talk about Nigeria. Exactly, people go too far. Go back home. Technology that is not as strong in Africa. Where are we? Where are we? Where is Africa without technology? Where are we? Look at European countries. I know that terrorism here is different. Go back home and see how many people they are kidnapping. There's Boko Haram. They take our own type of technology. Here, because of technology, there's a higher set. You see ISIS, you see Al-Qaeda or whatever you have. Then you go back home. Here you have lesser kind of technology. Boko Haram will use cutlass.
What's your point? I'm not getting
My point exactly is that Africa is languishing in lack of technology. That is why my president is traveling out of the country to go to UK to get a medical checkup. And yet, where are we in the world without that technology?
Bro.
Listen, to get
You just said something that makes sense. Then you contradict it as usual. You say shit. First, he said chemotherapy. You said it's not a technological
it's
problem.
a political
This
problem.
technology that we don't have. The reason why Africa is back is not because of the lack of technology.
Yes.
It's because of the people in charge.
Yes.
Use your
It is a political problem. And the politics are making the technology.
The people in charge are making things happen. Technology will not be a problem.
Honestly, till now, I still have not been able to come to a particular position on either side and whether technology it has done good or bad, because I believe that it's not technology. It's not really about technology. It's about us, because you can use one thing, equipment, piece of technology or whatever for good, and you can also use it for bad. It just depends on the person. So I just believe that it depends on the person.
Let me try to add up on what he's saying. This whole technology not being in Africa. Okay, fine. Because of the fact that now people know that people are very dependent on technology. They're depriving it from people and killing people because of that. Do you know that in Africa? Like you were saying, if the people in Africa, if the leaders are not who they are or not so corrupt in their mind, they would give it to the people. Where is in Europe, a lot of places you can get internet. In Africa, how many places can you get internet?
Not many.
Your life.
How many places can you get internet?
No,
is it even affordable?
It's not affordable.
They make, because you guys are so dependent that they can't make it affordable. And because of that, because you're young, because hold on. Let me try to say something. Like if you're schooling in Africa, in Nigeria, let me say for example, and you want to get into the social world, you know you need money, and you're a student. You have to ask that money from your parents, right? If they don't really give it to you, what do you think of? You think of ways, right? Mm-hmm. Because you feel you need that technology, you feel you need that internet, but you don't. Do you really need it?
If we're to come back to this technology thing, we all need to sit down and, ask ourselves. For me, I have a question. This advancement of technology are they really, or how should I put it? Why don't they bring out better solutions to issues that are surrounding us? Tilt the balance. Let there be more good than bad. Due to the fact that this advancement of technology, it's also increasing a lot of negative stuff. Why don't they find a way to reduce or minimize this negative aspect of it? Until then, I guess we're stuck with it. What can we do?
Why are you saying that? That is not a better life without technology?
It's simple. There is no lights. There is no security.
There's no water.
There is no water. There is no clean water. There is no affordable communication.
Is this because of
listen?
technology?
Of course.
How are you going to clean the water? How are you going to clean the water then?
Honestly.
Last, if you say that thing again, I'm going to stone you.
I'm telling you something. You're not thinking.
If you talk that again, I'm going to stone you.
Okay, you might tell me that it's speaking.
I will stone you if you talk that to me.
No, it's not violence here. Stop using aggression. It won't work, bro. Use your head. You're talking about it's not this. You know how things are going. You talked about Nigeria.
Yes.
You know how things are going in Nigeria. We have it all. We have the money. We have politics. So it's the politics. It's not the lack of technology. How do we get this technology innovations if our politicians
In
are
a
not
nutshell.
working?
In a
But
nutshell.
either way, there's still no technology because of how we
Listen to what I'm saying. How is it not work? If you are not working. Before the technology comes, what do we do? Let's be honest. Most of the African innovators, they don't create it.
No, I think they are talking and not listening.
You're not listening. You're not listening. You're not listening.
So what I'm saying.
What I'm saying. In Africa, the lack of good roads, bad infrastructure, it's not because of there's no technology.
Yes.
Let me give you an example.
The technology
This
is
estate, they are giving out 22 million naira to fix it. The person they are giving it to, 20 million has gone to his Swiss account. Nobody goes see him. 2 million will go to this thing. Because of the 2 million, you need to pay for what? Cement. You need to pay for the laborers. How much will you have remaining? They will do ship work. Wind blow, boom, it's gone. But this guy is driving Lamborghini in Nigeria beside Keke Napep. And you understand what I'm saying here? It's not the lack of technology or anything, it's the politicians. But here you see transparency in Europe that we are in. There's a certain level of transparency.
So I don't understand.
And not because of that transparency, they have technology advancing ahead of us.
We are not talking about like whose fault it is that there's no technology in Nigeria.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
We are talking about
Human beings, we are the creators of technology, and so we should play an important part in technology itself, not just to create it and like you can't just create something and not pay attention to it. So when it comes to humanity, that means even as much as there is so much bad and misuse of technology, the good use and the reasonable use of them should also come up, like be more aggressive, because good, being calm and being nice and stuff like that, trying to find a bigger solution, maybe carrying boards and going on riots when you can just get on the actual technology that is destroying you and maybe hack into some company and destroy their technology if it's doing bad. I think we just have to be, the good part of humanity has to be more aggressive, not evil, but we have to take a hold of what we want, not just be passive about it. My basic belief is that there's nothing new under the sky. Like everything bad and everything good has been there. And yes, technology has made it bigger. It's made it faster to get, it's made evil get faster to its destination. It's made good get faster to its destination.
Not really.
If there's no technology at all, what do you think the world would be like right now? Like, let's say people are dying and people are in their good place. Everyone is relaxing. We're under the sun and we're eating apples. And
Socializing.
chill. And there are other people dying and everyone is fainting and stuff. But we haven't yet found the
innovation.
My basic stuff
Honestly,
is just that
she's
there is no way.
Look at where we are with technology.
With technology and we are humans and that's what we are created to be, to make something better. And so it's really not. It's not about technology. It's not about our mind. It's the use of our mind.
Exactly.
It's the use of our mind story. We are saying
technology, when it comes to big things, it's easier. On this side of the world here, we have technology, we have easy access to it. But if there are other countries that actually suffer from this kind of things, it's easier for US or some other big countries to go to smaller countries without as much technology to destroy, kill people, like that. I understand that. But we can still ignore the fact that there is a probability that technology can still be used for good.
You know something?
Look at how they're grading worlds. There's first world, second world, third world. Why is that technology? Why should it be like that? I thought technology is supposed to. Now, there's even a diagnosis of social media addiction.
Exactly. More mental issues have come because of technology.
These are the things due to advancement of technology.
More sick.
Keep quiet. As much as chill. As much as you're talking about social media.
Don't do it like that.
Sorry.
Please.
As much as social media is making people antisocial. Okay, you're saying that it's making you farther away from people who are close to you, but it's also making you closer to those far away from you. And
what's more important? The people that you're never going to see?
No. Okay, if you're a family member who's far away, what do you mean people you're never going to see? Does that mean that that person
I communicate with my family for free. Back home.
Are they the only people you communicate? Do you communicate with your family more than you communicate with your friends? And which one is more necessary?
I communicate with my family more than I communicate with my friends.
How many people
On a personal level?
Get out.
On a personal level, I'm telling you.
Sliding on DMs there in the night you're saying,
let me tell you something to probably just end this thing. One of the biggest problems now in the world is terrorism. Do you know you can radicalize people from the internet?
And do you know that you can also stop terrorism from the internet?
why haven't it stopped?
Because of the do you know what is human nature?
Fine, bro, you can't. I agree with you. Bro, I agree with you. You can't.
Listen to me. For every crime, there is a time. Sorry, for every time, there is a crime. For every advancement in technology, there is also an advancement in crime. If technology was so going that is dumb. Advancement in technology reducing creativity. I doubt if you even know the meaning of technology. Technology is applied knowledge. Knowledge that is applied. So how is that reducing creativity? That is just, I don't know. It's rough. It's off.
Take a freaking step back.
Yes.
To analyze the
situation.
Analyze the
Okay, so what, you cannot say we should take a step back. Okay, what are your steps?
Exactly.
What are your principles? How do you advise people to do
every
that?
single year there's a new iPhone that comes out. There's a new this type of.
So what's your advice?
Am I not talking? This type of annual advancement of technology should stop. Let us relax.
Let us know what happened.
Do you know before these things were invented? Do you realize this? There was nothing. Before this technology, there was nothing.
Well, my advice for people at home.
Tosan, we have seen this time without number. He's ignorant in so many different places of life. So many topics have come. His point of view is more or less uneducated. You know, he doesn't think well, and I think it's just because of his background. He wasn't really educated, or he's not. So his points are really flat. But what I appreciate him for is he sticks to the rubbish he says. And most people who, good people, they stick to whatever they say. And that's why but really, he needs to sit down and think, analyze. Think before you're a man, for God's sake. If you listen to his points critically, you would understand what I'm saying.
Sit and think.
I think you guys are beginning to understand that innovation is a one-way something. Innovation is a one-way something. You have to take a step back.
I like that.
Innovation doesn't take step back at all. Like Chacha said, no step back in the innovation concept.
If you're saying innovation, if you're talking about innovation,
if you're saying take a step back, I don't know what you mean, but I don't know what take a step back. But in the concept of innovation, there's nothing like a step back.
Okay, fine, innovation.
It's
okay.
define step back.
Why are they? It's just like medications. They are trying to make medications with less side effects. Understandable. This advancement of technology, why can't they reduce, minimize? Since we are all going to be dependent on it.
It is abuse.
It's
abuse. That's what I'm saying. No matter what happens, there will be abuse.
Can't it be solved? This
abuse.
Yes.
If social media causes suicide, wouldn't we all be dead? Or wouldn't everyone else kill themselves? Why is social media helping somebody? How is social media making, think about it. Social media, people are using it for so many good things. People are making so much money. People are putting themselves out there, all because of social media. And the funny thing is that with the people that actually use it for good stuff, for their businesses and all, trolls and bullies and stalkers, all those things, I don't feel like it will really affect them because they still know that whatever the case, they're still making the paper, they're still making that money. So whatever you do, they still have at the back of their mind, they're like, I'm still getting my money off of social media, so say whatever you want to say. Do you get me?
You know that chemotherapy kills more people than it saves. So do we continue with chemotherapy? Because we're saving 100 people and 1,000 people are dying?
When the